Hello everybody and welcome to another top 5 board gaming video. It's the beginning of the month, so you all know what that means. It's time for another of my 5 games that I am looking forward to that are either newly being released, getting new editions, being revamped, being reprinted, or whatever it happens to be. Essentially, they are coming back onto the market or coming onto the market newly, and I'm really excited about it. Of course, we're in convention season, so we're going to be seeing a lot of games, and we see a ton of really cool stuff. As always, I want to know what you guys have to think about. What are your September picks? Let me know in the comments below. But with that, we're going to jump right in with my number 5. At number 5, I've got Gravwell, 2nd edition. Gravwell is one of my favorite games that goes by the mantra of easy to learn and hard to master, and it's been recommended by Mensa and all sorts of other different organizations as something that is a really great strategic mind type of thing. So the 2nd edition adds an additional 2 players. You can play with up to 6 people, and each ship has a particular power, so you get a little bit of asymmetry and a little bit of that kind of starting power, like, okay, I can do something kind of special thing. But that said, it's low on the list because frankly there's not a huge amount different. I do like the box artwork and some of this other stuff, but I'm probably not going to get it. It's still nice to see that Gravwell is getting some love though, so it is my number 5. At number 4, I've got Rogschach. Now, I'm sure many of you are familiar with the name Rogschach, the Swiss psychologist who came up with the famous ink blot tests, and you've probably heard about him in casual conversation or in a psychology class, or maybe you're just a fan of Alan Moore. But that said, the game itself is kind of a combination of Codenames and Dixit, where the idea is that you have a partner and they will take a word and match it to an ink blot, and then you as the partner have to determine which word they matched to a particular blot test. So it's kind of cool. It's a neat little thing that uses original ink blots that Rorschach himself developed way back in the day when he first came up with the test and all of that kind of stuff. But that said, it is very much a party game type of vibe, which is not really my thing personally. I do like Codenames, but it's not one of my favorite games. And this seems like a really neat twist on everything, and so I think I might like it a little bit more though. But regardless, Rorschach is my number 4. At number 3, I've got Aggretsuko, Work Rage Balance. So for any of you who have not seen it, Aggretsuko is an anime about a red panda who goes to a regular 9-to-5 job, and the way that she deals with her anger issues and dealing with all of her coworkers and everything is that she sings heavy metal songs full-fledged on screaming voice. And it is an amazing show and you should go and watch it. But that said, the game itself is really simple, but it's also pretty interesting because it's similar to a trick-taking game where the idea is that you have to play some consecutive number of cards and then the next people have to play higher and higher cards. And there are specific combinations that you can play no matter what and all of this kind of stuff. And you're playing during the work week, so you play over the 5 rounds that represent Monday to Friday and all this sort of thing. Very light game, but I absolutely love the theme. They have the adorableness of the characters from the original anime and the manga and all that sort of thing, and so it just seems like a really cute game, but it is very light, and so that's why it's in the middle of the list for me personally. So Aggretsuko, Work Rage Balance, my number 3. At number 2, I've got Curators. This is a game that not only speaks near and dear to my heart as a scientist and as somebody who works with curation, but it also has a solo mode, which is awesome. This is a Euro style game, so it's a little bit meatier, and the idea is that everybody is playing as a museum curator and you're trying to bring in objects d'art or objects d'interest in order to get the most visitors to your particular museum. It's tile placement, it's a little bit of worker placement in that you've got different workers that are able to do specific things for you and you're flipping them over as you do specific actions and stuff like that. It's a really interesting premise, it's a very interesting mechanic that it uses, and I'm super excited to try it out. I really want to. Like I said, not only does the theme speak to me, but I love the fact that it's a little bit of a meatier Euro that also has a solo mode attached to it. Seems like a great idea, seems like a ton of fun. Curators, my number 2. At number 1, I've got Lizard Wizard, and not just because it sounds awesome and I've used them in my D&D game, but also because this is a game that combines a lot of different things together. You've got auction, you've got bidding, you've got the set collection, you've got commodity speculation similar to stockpile and things of that nature, and you've got a ton of stuff that you can do in order to advance your particular agenda. So the idea of this game is that you as a Lizard Wizard are trying to become an archmage or the greatest archmage, and in order to do that you need to research new spells, you need to gather reagents, you need to build and assemble research towers or the biggest wizard tower that you can, and all of this other stuff by sending out your minions and doing all of this sort of thing in an ever-shifting economy and all of this kind of thing. It just seems like it's so meaty, it seems like it's going to be so much fun and truly an amazing game that really fits in with my personal ideal of I love fantasy style games, and on top of that this has a lot going on with it. That said, it's a Kickstarter, so I honestly don't know if I'm going to be able to get a chance to play it because I don't know if it's going to get to retail, but I don't care because I'm still excited for it and I'm hoping that I can find somebody that already got it so that I can play with them. Lizard Wizard is my number 1. Well everybody, that's it for me. I hope that you enjoyed this video on another 5 games that I'm looking forward to, this time for September. So as always, these are new releases, Kickstarters that are finally coming out, 2nd editions, 3rd editions, whatever it happens to be, and I'm just excited to see if I can ever try and play them. I don't know if I ever will, but of course I want to know what you guys have to say. Again, we are in convention season, so let me know in the comments. What are you looking forward to? What new announced games have you looked at and seen and that you're excited about? Just put it, anything and everything in the comments, because you know I love to hear all of it. But that said, of course, I also want to hear about what you think about my personal choices, and if you haven't done so already, take a look at my social media pages where you can interact with myself and my channel in a whole bunch of really fun ways. But that said, that's pretty much it for me. Hope that you enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching. Again, I will say I'm sorry, but COVID is still going around. Everybody please stay safe, please be well. Hope that everything is going all right for you and your families. Thank you so much for watching. Take care, and I will see you next time.